am WD Gann trader. So today we will talk about an important strategy using Cosmogram analysis, which works perfectly on the Nifty chart. Using this strategy, you can catch 150 to 300 points in the range of 1 to 2 days in the reversal direction of the trend in Nifty. And it works with very high accuracy on the Nifty. So this is Quadrature of Venus and Saturn. Now let's start with the essential settings on the Ganzilla. So the first thing you have to do is to open the Cosmogram. So here is our Cosmogram, visible it. So here you can see the option of radix and transit. Today we are only going to use the transit part. We are not going to use the radix part. So only visible the transit part. So we have visible the transit part only. Now come to the date. For now, select the date as today's date only. Then come to planets. So for this strategy, we are going to use the planets Venus and Saturn. So here is our Venus planet and here is our Saturn planet. Now come to the part of aspects. So in aspects part, we are only going to use the quadrature. Here is our quadrature aspect. So just visible it. Quadrature means when two planets are 90 degree away from each other, which is known as quadrature aspect, or we can also say it as square aspect. Today we are going to use the orb as 0 degree. Here is our orb. So change it to 0 degree. Orb means margin of error. So we want two planets exactly at 90 degree away from each other. This is the setting we are going to use for our today's strategy. Now let us move ahead in the date and check when the next quadrature aspect will form between Venus and the Saturn planet. Let's go forward in date. Change it to day. Here you can see that on the date of 8 June 2024, we can see the quadrature forming between the Venus and Saturn planet. Here you can see quadrature of 90 degree of Venus and Saturn planet. Or we can also say the square aspect is forming between the Venus and Saturn planet. Let's mark this date 8 June 2024 on the TradingView app on the Nifty chart. So open the TradingView app. Here is our TradingView app and here is our Nifty chart. So the date is 8 June 2024. As you can see here, the 8 June 2024, it is a holiday. So we are going to consider 7 June 2024. So here is our date 7 June 2024. After which we are thinking that there will be a reversal of 150 to 300 points in the range of 1 to 2 days in Nifty chart. If the market trend is in upward direction, then we will see a reversal of 150 to 300 points in the bearish direction. If the trend is in downward direction, then we will see a reversal of 150 to 300 points in the range of 1 to 2 days in the bullish direction. I hope you all are clear with the word reversal. So let's backtest it from the year 2020 to the year 2024 to check the accuracy related how it works. So now let's come back to the Ganzilla app. Now let's go in the past for the backtest. So change it to week. Go back in the past. Here you can see on the date 1st January 2024, we can see an quadrature aspect forming between the Venus and Saturn planet. Means they are 90 degree away from each other on the date of 1st January 2024. So let's mark it on the Nifty chart. Open the TradingView app. 1st January 2024. So here is our date 1st January 2024. And now here you can see that the overall trend was in upward direction. But exactly after the date of 1st January 2024, for the next 2 days market fallen. And here you can see that it fallen by almost 220 points in the next 2 days. Now let's go more in the past. So open the Ganzilla app again. The next date will be, change it to week. Go more in the past. So here we can see on the date of 15th April 2023, we can see an quadrature aspect forming between the Venus and Saturn planet. So let's mark it on the TradingView app. Open the TradingView app. The date is 15th April 2023. You can see that on the 15th April 2023, it is a holiday. So we will consider 13th April 2023. Now here you can see that the market trend was in upward direction. But exactly after this date, market fallen for the next 4 to 5 days, and here you can see that market fallen by almost 200 points in the next 2 days. So here we can also see that the quadrature aspect of Venus and Saturn planet is working with very high accuracy on the Nifty chart. Now let's go more back in the past. So open the Gann app again. Change it to week. Let's go in the past. So here we can see that on the date 8 November 2022, a quadrature aspect forming between the Venus and Saturn planet. So let's mark the date of 8 November 2022 on the TradingView app. Open the TradingView app. The date is 8 November 2022. Here you can see that on the date of 8 November 2022 it is a holiday. So we will consider 7th November 2022. Now here you can also see the market trend was in the upward direction. But exactly after this date, market fallen by almost 200 points. So we can say that quadrature of Venus and Saturn is working with very high accuracy on the Nifty. So similarly, I have marked all the dates from here till 2020 whenever a quadrature is formed between the Venus and Saturn planet. So here you can see the date is 17 June 2022. The market trend was in downward direction. Exactly after this date, in the next 2 days, market grown by almost 300 points in the next 2 days. So let's go more back in the past. The next date is 16 September 2021. We can see a quadrature forming between the Venus and Saturn planet. And here you can see that the trend was in the upward direction. Exactly from the date after 17 September 2021. We can see the market fallen for the next 2 days. Market fallen by almost 200 points in the next 2 days. So we can say that how perfectly it is working on the Nifty chart. Let's go more back in the past. The date is 23 April 2021. Here you can see the trend was in the downward direction. But exactly from this date, market started going up. And for the next 2 days, we can see that market grown by very good points. Now let's go more back in the past. Here is our date. 18 November 2020. Here you can see that the market was in the upward direction. The trend was in the upward direction. But exactly after this date, you can see market fallen next day by 166 points. So from this all, we can say whenever a quadrature aspect is formed between Venus and Saturn planet, you will see a reversal of 150 to 300 points in the Nifty in the next 1 to 2 days. So this is all about our today's topic of quadrature aspect between the Venus and Saturn planet for the Nifty strategy. I hope you all liked today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. We value your feedback. So don't forget to leave a comment below. Let's aim for 1000 likes on this video to bring you more amazing content. Thank you all for your support.